Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is haschischtasche and welcome back to the Timezone server. Gingy Smith messaged me on Skype I should record when I enter my base. And I guess it's because he pranked me. Ah, he made all of this farmland. I heard you like the grass. Problem is, I don't. So, this is written really weirdly. I have huge problems reading this. I heard you like the grass. Dot. Problem is, I don't. Dot. So, to fix this problem, I thought I'd do some farming around here. Lots of love. Team Very Bellatorus, aka Gingy. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, right? Just need some dirt. Only got 2. 3. We need to fill on all these waterholes and then the farmland should decay. Hopefully he wrecked this. No. That was really weird. Awesome. I brought all my dirt to spawn. I guess we will have more sand in here then. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. So let me clean this up and I will come back to you in a sec. Well, I wanted to do a little farmland decay grass spread montage here, but apparently I can't because it started raining and now it's all wet and doesn't dry up. But I guess I will just wait it out up here. Okay, it's all beautiful grass again. Listen to me, Gingy. I know you watch this. So you better record all the time now, because you never know when my counter prank is going to hit you. At some point when you least expect it. I'm pretty sure. But maybe I just say that and never do anything. Haha! You will never know unless I do something. Haha! Anyways, what I want to do today, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure yet. I have a couple of projects I want to get done. Not sure which one we choose. But before I choose something, we will go to Nitrogen Snow, because he apparently built a mob system and wanted my opinions on that. So I will go there and I might include a clip, I might also not. Depends on how interesting it will be. So I will see you at some point in the near future. Probably just a second for you. Alright, I figured out what to do. I found this spider spawner a few days ago when caving. It's relatively close to my base and we will build farm around it. And that is mainly because no one on the server has a decent amount of string. Now, we could just use a passive farm here and kill the spiders over and over, get our string that way, but it's kind of a waste, because this is pretty far down. And I have to AFK here to get string, and if I do that I might as well kill them by hand, get XP and spider eyes on top. So yeah, first of all we need to clear out some space here. And while I do that I might as well talk a little bit about mice. My mouse is pretty broken. And it has been for a long time. So let's right click a few times. Yeah, now it never happens. There it happened. There it happened. There it happened 2 times. Basically my mouse double clicks a lot of the time. It's a problem that a lot of Razer mice have. However, I do not have a Razer mouse, I have a Microsoft Habu. However, Microsoft Habu is a mouse where all the interiors were done by Razer, exteriors done by Microsoft. And the reason why I have this mouse is because it's relatively big. For the longest time in my life I've used the Microsoft IntelliExplorer Explorer 1.0. It's like the best mouse that was ever made for PC. And it's a really big mouse. It came out somewhere around 1989, 1998, 1989. And yeah, it was one of the first optical mice, and I got it around the year 2000 with my first computer. And I've been using it for like 10 years or something. And then it broke finally. And at that point I wanted to really buy a new Microsoft IntelliExplorer Explorer 1.0. But it hasn't been produced for like 8 years or something. So I looked at eBay and Amazon, and you could get Microsoft IntelliExplorer Explorer 1.0 mice, but you would have to pay like $150 for it. Used, not new. So pretty crazy. We need to do at least one more layer here. Yeah. So instead I had to settle for something else. I looked around the internet for big mice. And yeah, Microsoft Taboo was pretty much the biggest mouse I could find. 1, 2, 3. Now, yeah, it has been working for, I don't know, 3 years now. Well, sort of. After 2 years I kind of got the double click problem. Again, a lot of Razer mice have these, and as all the mechanics are done by Razer, sure, this mouse has it too. Okay, we need to check something here. So it decreases in this direction, which means we need to get rid of another layer here and another layer there, because we want a 10 by 10 space here. If you wonder why, it's because a 9 by 9 space doesn't give you full spawning rates. And for zombie and skeleton spawners, even an 8 by 8 space, something that most people use for mob farms on mob spawners, it doesn't give you the full spawning space, because these mobs from a spawner do not necessarily spawn in the middle of a block here. They can spawn on the edge, and if you only have 8 by 8 and they spawn on this edge, they will spawn in a block and won't spawn. So yeah, anyways, yesterday I spent like 2 hours looking for a new mouse, because you can sort of fix the double click problem by applying new oil to the clickers, but it only works for so long. Like, when I did it the first time, it worked for 2 months or something, and now when I apply oil to it, it works for 2 days, and then, tada, it's gone again. It's pretty annoying. So yeah, I spent like 2 hours yesterday, or 2.5, looking for a new mouse. Wait a second, what are we going to do here? We want to get them out of the spawner, so we will get like 6 blocks down, I think. Maybe 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm bad at counting. 4, 5, 6, 7. So like to this level, and we'll drop them here. Yeah. And turns out there's not a lot of big mice anymore. There's pretty much none. At least none that are as big as this mouse that I have. So I either have to buy an old mouse, or I can get used to a smaller mouse. And I choose the latter in the end, so I will get a smaller mouse. I will get a Corsair M65, which seems to be pretty good. But yeah, I noticed something else, and that is that YouTube mouse reviews, they suck. They suck really big time. People have no idea what they are talking about when they are reviewing a mouse. Like, there's this one guy who reviewed, I don't know what it was. It was a relatively small mouse. And yeah, He basically argued, hey, I have big hands and this mouse fits my hand perfectly, blah 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 blah. And the guy has really, really small hands. He has like female hands with sausage fingers. Really, really, really small. like so small if he was in a Saw minigame and his life would depend on learning All My Little Ducklings on piano, he would die. He wouldn't be able to do it. He cannot spread his fingers that far apart to get from one key on a keyboard to the next one. And yeah, the guy says, usually I guide my mouse. By the way, guiding is like when you only use your fingertips to move your mouse. But here in this review I will show that I can even palm it with my big hands and it makes no problem. And you hear his... what is it called? The end of your hand. Your palm. You hear his palm sliding over the mouse pad and it screeches, and like if he did that for 10 minutes he would get a rash and would bleed. But he says, no problem, works all fine, blah blah blah, great mouse, blah blah blah, buy this. And pretty terrible. And yeah, that's not really an exception. Pretty much all mouse reviews are like that. People claim they have really big hands, they have really, really small hands, or average hands. And yeah, claim that the mice they are reviewing is good, although it's pretty bad. Like the size and the ergonomics of it. Yeah. Took a lot of time. Even written reviews are pretty bad for mice, so yeah. But I finally found one and ordered it, and hopefully I can play with that. So anyways, I will keep on clearing this out and see you in a sec. Okay, now we need to figure out a way how we move them. I never really worked with spiders. Like I had a cave spider XP farm long time ago. But yeah, spiders are kind of a pain to work with because they are too wide and they stick to walls and climb them. But yeah, we will just try it out. We can have water like there. And then we are probably taking down another layer here. Dumpty dumpty dum. And we need a new water source. Yeah, we can actually make one. Like here. Because why not? Probably I shouldn't make it here. Where's my bucket? There. Yeah, moving water with the double click problem. Super annoying. Okay, then let's close this up for now. So if we drop water here and here, how does that spread? Pushes them outward. And if we drop another water source here then? Yeah, this is really weird. This pushes into this direction. So I guess this doesn't work. What else could we do? We could also just have a canal here, like too wide. Probably doesn't even need to be too big, because spiders will track us anyway. Too big, too deep. Then we can have just signs all the way along here. Also, there's no net gain if you make this too high, because spiders can climb that up. Dumpty dumpty dum. Made a lot of signs. And then just have the water like this on the side, pushing them into there. So let me do that and I will see you in a sec. Okay, my idea is to get them all in this 2x2 space, then push up a block here, and then make them not able to come in again. By the way, the spawn is active when we are down here, so that's not a problem. So first of all, we will close this off like so. and see if spiders arrive here when we activate the spawner. Let's get rid of this. And yeah, we do not have to take out all the torches, I guess. Maybe just do this and get the last one here. And fall down. Yeah, I guess that cobble can stay there. Get lost. Get lost. Come on. Okay. Okay, that one arrived here. Let's wait for another one. And maybe we should do something so... we can actually do this. So they cannot attack us, and I want to see if more than one can go into that space. Okay, it sort of works when I go up 3 blocks, then they get stuck like in this height. And all in the same height level. However, now they track me and climb up the wall there. So I really should be down here, if possible. Because then they have no problem getting through this. Now we somehow have to get them all into like a small space. Let's do this for now. Another problem is when I go up, the spiders here are in range of the spawner. And then once there are 6 there, it doesn't spawn any more spiders. So what else could we do? We could drop them 1 block. Probably doesn't work. But why not try? Then do something like this. Yeah, probably should have put slabs there. Can I make slabs? Yes. But yeah, probably we cannot really drop them, right? Because if we did, they would just get stuck to the wall. So maybe let's do this. We got 2 in there. But yeah, the other ones get stuck, I think. I guess I fiddle around a bit with this off camera and see you in a sec. I want to put the block there. Get lost, spiders. Okay, it took me a while to figure out the perfect way to do it without pistons, but it works. And it's really, really scary, because sometimes they do something very weird. We got 45 in there, and they just keep on stacking up. You do not have to push them with pistons, or you do not have to lead them by walking around, which you apparently have to do in a lot of spider farms. Yeah, this jumping. Also, when you jump, most of the time you get hit. Yeah. What I want to see though is if there's a few stacked up in here. There's not a single one. Wow. Okay, this is perfect then. Now we have to kill them and build a crusher. Which probably takes a long time to kill them. I will see in a sec. And here's the redstone. It's actually pretty simple. We have a piston there with a stair in front that blocks out spiders. And this is our crusher piston. By the way, we also need blocks here. And we got 2 buttons. One is to open the stair again, and the other one is to close the stair and crush. Quick demonstration. Open the stair. Close stair. Crush. Now we still have to figure out how many items we need in these hoppers for the timing, so we get them down to half a heart. But yeah, we will figure that out soon. First of all, we got 2 droppers facing each other here. This is pretty much an RS ledge. So if I push this button, we will not get a comparator output here. and that will retract the piston with the stair. So do that, piston with stair retracted. If I push this button, the sword gets put into here, which extends the piston with stair, but it also triggers this monostable circuit, which will update this piston, and when you update this piston, it will extend because it's actually being powered here. This is Ethos hopper timer, pretty much, except we have a non-sticky piston here. If you have a sticky piston here and you fire this up, it will go all the time and change between states. So all the items from here will go into there, and then all the items from here will go into there, and so on. Now by not using a sticky piston here, we only have that cycle one time, so all the items will go into here, and then back. And once all items are into here, this piston will extend, and that actually triggers the crusher. Now by using... Actually the piston will extend right away, by the way. And when all the items are into here, it will retract. So we have to extend this. I do not know how many blocks we need. Let's try 22. And we have to take out one more block here, so spiders can flow in. I have the sound off, by the way. And these might actually be damaged already because I had a leak there. But yeah, we will see. This button. See, one died there that shouldn't have died. But it was one that was damaged before. Is this one at half a heart? Nope. Not even close. So we might need a longer pulse, but I want to test one more time. Actually, let's turn mob sounds on. Maybe a little bit less noisy. There were a lot of spiders in there and I damaged a lot because I needed to place a block and I had to hit spiders over and over again to be able to place it. But these might be fresh. Also, this server apparently crashed again because this button is still pressed in. Okay, one sec. Alright, my design has one problem, and that is when the server crashes and you're crushing, all your spiders escape. So there's 20 spiders in my wiring or something, and I try to get our new member Kyler Cat to walk over there because it's the only one who is near. Problem though, she keeps on dying when trying to. So we will log in and try to dig down as fast as we can. I think I'm at half of my health or something. Hopefully I don't die. Hopefully there's no bedrock below me. Oh yeah, we made it. I can place that block. Yes. Whew! That was close. Okay, get out of here. Maybe you should eat up so we heal. Dumpty dumpty dum. So yeah, that is sort of an issue. Probably not super bad issue. I guess we can tower up one block without getting damaged. Wow, there's really a lot of spiders in here. Ouch. Yeah, let's just crush these. These are probably new ones. So these might be a good test. One died, two died. I suppose one more item. Dumpty dumpty dum. Okay, it is reset. Also, regeneration spiders are probably a problem. Huh. Now they all died. Are you still going there? Yeah. It would be kind of fine if she was going there, because then I could just log off and all of these would despawn. Dumpty dumpty dum. Come on, second spider, climb up there. Got so good before. Okay, let's try to crush. I suppose it has to be less. I'm not entirely sure. Let me fiddle around with this sum and I will see you in a sec. I think I figured it out and we need exactly 20 items. So let's quickly try on a bunch of them, because I only tried single ones so far. But none of them should die. None did die. And we can one-hit kill them. Sometimes I think one gets stuck behind there, so one of them might not be one-hit kill. No, they are all. So maybe they don't get stuck. Anyways, this took far longer than I expected. I will clean this place up a little bit and I will check on the length of the episode when doing so. So I will see you again. But depending on how long it is already, we might do something else, we might also not. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, unfortunately we are already at 25 minutes, so this took a lot longer than expected. But yeah, it works super good. There's about 100 in there. Spider jockeys just suffocate, or the jockeys just suffocate in these blocks, which actually is a coincidence, but it is really great, because most spider farms do not take care of that, I think. And yeah, so I guess this is going to be it. Alright, I can't have a torch on that block. I guess I have to do this. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and until next time.